Hi guys, how you doing? I'm just doing a short video here on the single leg RDL with wall support. So wall supported single leg RDL, this one. Of all the exercises we do at the sessions, this is probably the one that I think is done the least well. A lot of folks struggle to get the concepts behind this exercise. And so a lot of the coaching points are relevant for all the single leg RDL movements, as well as the normal RDL with the bar. But also this is about a hip hinge, and I still think folks struggle a little bit with what a hip hinge is, what it isn't. And I find that a lot of the time, as soon as you pick up the kettlebells, they become a distraction. And the main focus that a lot of folk have, as soon as they pick these kettlebells up, is lowering the kettlebells to the ground. So I want you to first and foremost essentially just try and stop doing that and forget about the kettlebells. And try and remember this is a movement. Okay, so it's not about lifting weights; it's about a movement. And the movement is chest out, long spine, slight bend in this knee. The movement is you push your hips back. Okay, that is the movement, and then you come back up. So you have a slight bend in your knee, but the movement comes by pushing your hips back that way. By pushing your hips back that way towards the wall behind you, while keeping a long spine, you stretch the hamstrings and the glutes. Okay, but you'll feel it mainly in the hamstrings. You'll start to feel this in the glutes, the wall supported version as well, though. But it's a stretch. This is a stretch. The RDL, the hip hinge pattern, is a stretched position where you're stretching through here. So you have to make sure that you maintain a neutral spine in order to maximise the effects of the stretch, in order to really feel it. So that is the movement. Okay, once you can do 8 reps, which most folk come out with this form, you have to then overload it so that you're loading the stretch, so that you're then progressing, strengthening the muscle and through length. So you're stretching it, but you're also strengthening it. So that is why we then take kettlebells, okay? And then that's why you're looking to progress the kettlebells and the weight you're lifting, whether it's the barbell or the kettlebells. That's why you're looking to progress it, like from month to month. Generally speaking, as you progress on your quads, you also want to progress on your hamstrings. But what happens is, as soon as we pick up the kettlebells, everyone kind of just suddenly focuses on doing this, and they round their back, and they're not getting anywhere near the same benefits of it than they would do if they just focus on still maintaining the movement. So the movement is back, bum back. That's all you're doing. You're just pushing your bum back, and you have to work really hard to keep your chest out and your shoulders back. So don't let the kettlebells pull you forward. Don't focus on trying to lower the kettlebells to the ground, because that's not what the goal is. The goal is to do the hip hinge, and then you're just adding weight. It doesn't need to be kettlebells. If you had a rucksack with weights on it, you'd put the rucksack in your back. You wouldn't need to worry about the kettlebells, because then you would just do this, right? But obviously these are the easiest way to add external resistance. Just hold them in your hands, but you need to not lower them down. It's not a lowering down movement at all. It's a hip hinge. It's a pushing back movement. It just so happens that obviously if your arms are here and they're straight, if you push your hip back, then your arms go down the way. But that's just happening as a byproduct of you pushing your hips back. It's not because I'm trying to reach down with my hands. Okay, so really practice this. Practice in the house if you have to. Just, it's a hips go back. You're not going up and down. You're pushing your hips back towards the wall, and then you're just bringing them back to neutral again. And that is the hip hinge. Okay, hope that helps.